noble job. It is a dedicated job. And it is a respectable job. That is why a teacher is called as Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, and Guru Maheshwara in India. He combines the good qualities of these three gods. According to Kabir Das, the teacher shows the way to see the God. Therefore, when the choice comes between the God and the teacher, Kabir Das said, I would go with the teacher. Because teacher can show the path to see the God. Teachers truly shape the future of the children and the future of our nation. And they are respected members of our society. According to NEP of 2020. Teachers are the molders of the children. They are the architects of the children. And therefore, they are the respected members of our society. A guru is called Acharya. Gu means ignorance. Ru means one who dispels the ignorance. He is called Guru. Therefore, a guru is called Acharya. A real guru takes moral responsibility for the development. Don't talk in the middle. Therefore, a guru always worries about his wards. Wards means boys, his students. According to Radhakrishnan, teaching is a noble profession. And we cannot have a good education system without committed and devoted teachers. He was an example of a good teacher. He was an example of committed teacher. He was an example of dedicated teacher. I think teaching is not a joke. And therefore, teachers, not only in India, but also in other countries of the world, are highly respected and they are also treated very well. If you go to America and Western countries, we have seen the teachers are considered as good advisors. They are the think tank. In fact, in the United States, the president has got the think tank. In addition to the political secretaries, it is they who advise him on policy matters, on governance, on foreign policy, public affairs, and international affairs. Therefore, they are well respected and they are well received. Friends, the word teacher, whatever may be the designation, at the college level, university level, today we have got three categories of teachers: assistant professors, associate professors, and professors. Earlier, they were called as lecturers, readers, and professors. But lecturers and readers, those designations, now they have been removed. Therefore, they have used the word assistant professor. One who professes is called a professor. So that is designation. But the word teacher has its own significance. Very important. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಬೆಲೆ ಉಂಟು, ಬಹಳ ಗೌರವ ಉಂಟು. ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Because it is he who changes the destiny of the individual or the learner. According to me, I have analyzed this during the last few years and I am repeating it. There are 7 letters in the word teacher. Each letter conveys its own meaning. Number 1, T stands for transformation. A teacher is a transformer, not merely transmitter of ideas. I will explain this. A teacher is a transformer, T. Number 2, E. A teacher is an educator. He educates on syllabus, on co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities, and various other activities pertaining to his development. A, third letter. A teacher is an advisor. He advises his students for his future development. He is a philosopher for him. He is a guide for him. I will explain one by one after this. C, a teacher is a creator. Teachers are the makers of the age. They are the creators of the new generation. H, a teacher is a harmonizer. In a country like ours, we need social harmony. India is a plural society. India is a divided society. India is called a segmented society. We have got so many differences, social, linguistic, cultural, so on and so forth. It is a wonderful country. But in spite of our identity, we have to create unity. That unity is possible through harmony. And that harmony is created by the teacher in the classroom. Indianism or Indianization, patriotism, India is my motherland. Whatever may be our differences are personal and private. But when it comes to the national task, we all unite together. That is Indianness. Therefore, a teacher is harmonizer. Another E, a teacher is an elucidator. A elucidator means he must give clarification to certain doctrines, principles, jargons. Now, for example, what do you mean by ICT? What do you mean by AI, artificial intelligence? What do you mean by PPT, PowerPoint presentation? What do you mean by virtual classroom or smart room? Today we talk of smart classroom. You must explain. Or if you come to political science, we say what is non-alignment? What is strategic autonomy? What is Marxism? How it is different from Leninism? How it is different from Gandhiism? Or Nehruism? Or Ambedkarism? So these are the jargons or philosophies, ideologies. We have to explain. Sometimes many students do not know. Those who come from rural areas, they may not be able to understand. What do you mean by economic meltdown? In economics, we call tariff. Donald Trump is very much interested about the tariff. Tariff. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by international trade? Or globalization? Or internationalization? Terrorism. What do you mean by terrorism? Now, these are the new terms that are being used and employed. And it is the duty of the teachers to elucidate. Clarification. And the last one, a teacher is a researcher. Particularly in the colleges and in the universities, research is a very important activity. I request every one of you who are teaching in the colleges to give importance to research also. You can undertake minor research projects, major research projects, get money, improve yourself, improve your college. It is a social responsibility, academic responsibility. Now let me explain one by one. How a teacher is a transformer. A teacher is not a dictator of notes. A teacher is not a mere transmitter of ideas. He is a man who is capable of changing the entire personality of the student. The teacher recognizes the potentiality of his learners, of his students. I am always grateful to my teachers because it is they who encouraged me, who recognized my potentiality when I was a student in high school and middle school. Even at the university and college level, it was the teachers who recognized one's own potentiality. And therefore, he is a transformer. He encourages the learner or ward to go for a change, physically and mentally. According to Gandhiji, the teacher should be inspired by the spirit of service. That is very important. Love the teaching. See, earlier when we joined the service during 70s, salary was very less. Today, we are getting more pension than the salary we got at the time of retirement. We are very happy. Teachers are very happy. A professor in the university today is getting more than 2 lakhs, more than the salary of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister is getting about less than 2 lakh. The President is getting about 5 lakh. But the good teacher is getting about 2.5 lakhs. Service is very, very important. And he further observed that Radhakrishna life is the greatest message to the mankind, particularly for the students and the teachers. Scholarship and leadership are very important for the teachers. You must be a good scholar. You must be a good reader. Original books you have to read. If possible, buy the classical works. Francis Bacon, who are teaching English, once said, reading makes a full man, conference a ready man, writing an exact man. Do you agree with this view? Reading makes a full man. You must read. Every day, a good teacher should read 2 to 3 hours. New books, new journals, reviews, newspapers. Particularly those who teach social sciences, particularly political science. For them, newspapers are the daily Bibles. Latest information is available in the newspapers. There is a column on political news, column on economic news, column on international news or world news. There is a column on science and technology. There is a column on education also. In Hindu paper, every Monday, there is a 1 page or half a page about education. They give various tips. Scholarly people, experienced teachers, write, the page. That is very important. If you have to read the newspapers, periodicals, India Today, Frontline. And even in Canada, there are so many periodicals. New books, they are available. And that is why, friends, reading makes a full man. But nowadays, it has become very rare. Conference a ready man. When you attend the classes like this orientation program, or seminar, or symposia, or colloquium, when you listen to some scholars through virtual classroom, you will come to know where you stand. You learn something new. That is very important. You learn something new because they use different, jargons, different theses, different opinions, and thereby they will give their own opinion, and therefore you can think and adapt whichever is right to you. And writing an exact man. Writing is very important. But nowadays people have forgotten to write. They send messages, WhatsApp. No, that is not the thing. Writing is very, very important. Handwriting reflects the personality of the individual. It reflects the personality of the individual. Many people, even today, do not know how to write a requisition letter. Even sometimes they do not know how to write a love letter. Forget the leave letter. They do not know how to write the love letter. Writing requires an experience. It's a knowledge. Grammar is very important for a language. Unless you know the grammar or you have a command over the grammar, you cannot speak fluently either in English or Kannada or anywhere. For any communication, grammar is very important. Pronunciation is very important. Your body language is important. Your tone is important. A good teacher should have a very good voice. Voice is very important. If you have got a very feeble voice, you can use the microphone. If it is a large class. If it is a small class, it is okay. That is why when a teacher enters into the classroom, he should not sit. He should stand up and he should move around the classroom. Talk to the students with a smiling face. That is very important. Smiling face will go a long way. Your personality will go a long way in impressing the students, in emulating the students, in encouraging the students. That is why a teacher is a transformer. Sometimes we say, oh, I am following my teacher. He is following his teacher. It is very proud to hear such things. Whenever we meet somebody, sir, we are following you. We remember you in the classroom. See, that is a great award. That is a great reward. One need not become a vice chancellor. If a teacher is assessed by his own learners, by his own students, and if they award him with good marks, that itself is a great award. That itself is a great recognition. That, friends, you must remember in that sense, a teacher is a transformer. He must have 4A qualities. Number one, his attitude must be very good, positive. Namma bhavana ideyalla adu bala mukhya. Mind is sovereign. Everything begins in the mind. Evil thinking, good thinking, or worst thinking. Tension. Tension begins in the minds of the man. When there is a tension, that leads to war or conflict. And therefore, friends, our attitude must be very calm, quiet. It should be capable. It should be a right type of attitude. According to Gandhiji, right type of attitude. Number two, he must have right type of ability. Ability is very important. How to talk. Suppose, when you go to the classroom for the first time after your appointment, you may not be able to communicate properly or talk to the student properly. Make an attempt. Failure is the pillar of success. It is possible. There is a way to improve it. There is a way to correct it. Before you go to the classroom, stand before the mirror at your home. Practice it. Look at yourself, your ability, your competence. Please remember, friends, by hard work, you can change your mind. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Whether learning computer knowledge, or teaching computer science, or political science, or social science, the way in which you talk. See, learning by mistake would go a long way. Therefore, your ability is very important. And then your aptitude. Aptitude for teaching. Aptitude means interest. You should have interest in teaching. There are some people who have no aptitude for teaching. They think, oh, it is very difficult. I can't read. I can't explain. Teaching is a gift. Sometimes it is inborn. Sometimes it can be acquired. Yes, majority of the people would acquire. It is possible. And therefore, friends, you must have right type of aptitude for teaching. And finally, you must be affable. Affability is very important. Affability means your humanity, your good gesture towards the students, towards the learners. Friendliness. Affability means friendliness, good composure. Talk to the students. A good teacher is one who respects his pupils. That is what one scholar said. A good teacher is one who respects his pupils, particularly in the colleges. Don't become rough. Don't become foolish. Don't abuse them. Don't criticize them. Don't belittle them. Don't keep them at a distance. Talk to them. Whether they are slow learners or advanced learners. Particularly for slow learners, you must be very compassionate. You must be very sympathetic. You must encourage them. You must make them to motivate. Then only a teacher can become a good transformer of his ideas. And therefore, aptitude play a vital role in the transformation of these learners. And therefore, the significance of the teacher as a transformer is that he should teach not only syllabi, but also social values. Today, friends, education has become mechanical. In the name of computer science, in the name of STEM subjects, we are forgetting the moral values, respect for elders, respect for parents, patriotism, ethical values. NCRT had listed about more than 80 values to be inculcated among the students at the high school level. Among them, patriotism is very important because motherland is greater than the heaven. Desha Bahala Mukhya. It is the motherland which gives us education, which protects us from internal disturbance and from external war or from external disturbance. It is the motherland which gives us everything. That is why it is greater than even the heaven. And from that point of view, today, whatever may be our personal background, our social background, our religious background, when we are born in this country, when we are the citizens of this country, we must think that we are the great Indians. India is my motherland. Machiavelli, who was a great writer in the 14th century, 16th century Italy, said, I love my country more than my soul. Remember, I love my country more than my soul. ನನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನನ್ನ ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಪ್ರೀತಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ದ. That is very important. Even today, India is in a critical condition now. We have to show our solidarity. We have to show our unity. Unity in diversity is the main goal of India. Unity in diversity. Whatever may be our personal differences, group identities. But when it comes to the nation, we are all one. That is very important. That is why they are called as political values, social values, morality. Today, India is considered as the most corrupt country in the world. Now, what is the reason? Harishchandra was born here. Mahabharata was written here or born here. Ramayana, Rama. We have constructed a temple. India is a land of honest people. Mahatma Gandhiji was a great leader. Nehru was a great leader. Ambedkar was a great leader. But in such a country, why today corruption has become so rampant? What is the reason? Nothing moves without greasing the palm. It has become ubiquitous, all pervasive. Now, if you go to Tahsildar office or a Patana Panchayati office or any office, without giving the money, nothing will move. ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ವರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಸರ್ವರ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Now, what is wrong with us? We are all getting very good salary. Retired people are getting very good pension. But what about the common man? Corruption is the most dangerous phenomenon. Law is there. Anti-corruption law is there. We have got a Lokayukta. We have got a Lokapal at the national level. We have got anti-corruption bureaus in many states. But what is the use? They cannot trap everybody. This is something which we must ponder over and tell our students in the classroom that corruption is highly improper. It is immoral. It is exploiting the others. We have to teach them. When we were the students, people were very honest. During 60s, early 60s, 70s, people were very honest. But today, what is happening? The more we are civilized, the more we are advanced, the more we are becoming corrupt. And it is the duty of the teachers to transform such bad people into good people. That is why I told you earlier, the destiny of the country is shaped in the classroom. Kothari Commission report. Put this sentence in your classroom. The destiny of the country is shaped in the classroom. You are the revolutionaries. You are the transformers of the individual. Young mind can be changed. Young mind can be changed. Their attitude can be changed. Their opinion can be changed. And that is why, friends, I always request you to teach about morality, character building. That is very important. Respecting the parents, respecting the women. Today, in the newspapers and in media, we hear all kinds of bad things that are happening in the country. Women are attacked, women are raped, laws are there, men are raped. Even sometimes women are killing the men, wife is killing the husband. Now, what is this wrong? What is this happening? We have no respect for the lives of others. And drinking, alcohol has become evil. I do not know, government is not interested about prohibition. Gandhiji was for prohibition. But for government revenue, it is very important. Therefore, they are continuing. And people after intoxicated drinking, they will go to any extremity. Even driving, we do not know how to follow the driving rules. That is why one American professor said, in India, driving is an art. In America, it is a technology. In Russia, it is a science. Whoever drives in India, he can drive anywhere in the world. We do not follow the traffic rules, parking rules. And particularly in Bangalore, how accidents are taking place. Even in a city like Mysore, vehicles are increasing. People, those who are driving the two-wheelers, they don't follow the rules and regulations. They overtake from the left side. So such things, when we don't respect the law, what is the meaning of rule of law then? Rule of law means supremacy of the law, respecting the law, following the law. There will be an orderly society. This can be done only by teaching the students in the classroom. Unfortunately, it is not happening. And therefore, friends, character building is very, very important. A good character. Today, there are people, even today, demanding dowry system. Taking dowry is an act of, anti-law. One should not take the dowry. According to the Anti-Dowry Act of 1961, amended frequently. No one, but people even today, they are demanding. We are indulging, spending more money on marriages. We are wasting a lot of foodstuffs during the marriages. I have seen in America, they conduct simple marriages. They can afford. But in India, marriage has become a luxury. We compete. We sell our property. And we arrange marriages. And we spend 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs. Some rich people, they spend crores of rupees. Now, what is the use? I don't know. People should understand that it's a waste of money for one night or for 2 nights. Therefore, let them do it. But there must be some limit. Poor people are selling their properties. And after that, they will become poor. They will become, in a severe, economic conditions. Then patriotism, I told you earlier. India is my motherland. Respect your country. Whatever may be religious background, we are all Indians. India gives everything. No? When the pandemic took place, COVID, 3-4 years ago, how Indian government, state government took several measures, and particularly Modi government took concrete step to manufacture the what we call that inoculation and vaccine, and how we were able to control it. Government took a lot of measures, even state governments also. Then humanism is very important. Malaviya, respecting the parents, not ill-treating the parents. We must respect the mother. We must respect the father. They sacrifice everything for you, for your education, for your elevation, for your happiness, for your kindness, for your marriage. But when they become old, when they become sick, you neglect them. People are neglecting in many places. This should not happen. Because the humanism is very important. Human values are very important. Secularism. What do you mean by secularism? Secularism means it is humanism, according to me. It is not defined in the constitution. In India, we have no state religion. All people are accessible to or have equal access to public officers, irrespective of religion, caste, culture, this and that. We don't have state religion. We are a secular country. And we are Indians. We are human beings. And secularism encourages fraternity. That is the fundamental principle in the preamble of the Constitution. Fraternity means brotherhood of mankind. We are all brothers and sisters. All these important values of the Constitution, of the society, must be taught in the classroom to transform the candidate, to transform the learner. That is why, friend, your role is very central. Don't brainwash the students towards bad things in the classroom or outside the classroom. A bad teacher is an evil. He destroys the individuals. It should not happen. And therefore, in the opinion of 2 writers, L. Aronica and Robinson, 8 core competencies are to be nurtured among the students for their transformation. 8 core competencies. What are they? Number 1, creativity. Make the students more creative. Let him think originally, innovative. Man is a wonderful animal. Man is a beautiful animal. Oh, what a change has taken place in the last 7 years. You read the history of 17th century, 18th century, 19th century, 20th century, and 21st century. We are living in the 21st century India. It is called, it is a digital India. Maintain the discipline. Don't disturb. This is the indiscipline. I don't like it. Therefore, creativity you must create. Make them to understand. Let them go for new things. Innovation. Number 2, curiosity. You should create curiosity among the students. You know, Albert Einstein said, I am not intelligent, but I am curious to know. That is very important. One may need not be intelligent, but you must be curious to know. Passion. You must have a passion to learn. You must have a passion to know new things. That attitude should be there. Enthusiasm must be there. Number 3, you must be a very good communicator. A good teacher is one who is a very good communicator. If he is poor in communication, means he cannot become a successful teacher. Let me tell you. That is very, very important. Give importance to language. Whether you teach mathematics, or physics, or chemistry, or political science, or sociology, or history. Even for history, language is very, very important. That is why I told you earlier, your aim is, as soon as you join the teaching profession, improving the communication. Read the newspapers daily for 1 hour. During the night time, when you are free, before your dinner or before you go to the bed, or on Sundays. Because by reading newspapers and books, one can improve the language. Language is very, very important. How to use the language and how to use your body language in the classroom. Communication. Then collaboration. That is very important. Collaboration. You must collaborate with your colleagues, with your students, research projects, regarding the exchange of ideas, regarding the exchange of new things. Collaboration is important. From individual to individual, from institution to institution. Then criticism. Criticism means not abuse. Critical thinking is very important. If it is bad, say it is not good. If it is good, say it is good. If it is excellent, say excellent. But use the words carefully. Now, if you want to revise the opinion, you can tell your students or researcher or colleague that this can be changed like this can be modified like this. Don't become very harsh, because language is also very important. Some are sensitive, some are oversensitive. Even if you want to guide your research scholars, sometimes they come with what we call low quality data. They may not be able to analyze the data properly, but tell them politely, you do like this, you do like this, you analyze like this, prepare the draft like this. That shows a long way. That requires a lot of patience among you. Then compassion is very important. Have a compassion, sympathy, empathy are very important, because you must love the society. You must love the mankind. Thomas Hobbes was a great political thinker in England during 17th century. He said, man is selfish, man is brutish, man is crooked, man is wicked. But this opinion was not liked by another contemporary, John Locke. He said, by nature, man is good. By nature, man is helpful. Yes, look at the contrasting views by two individuals. Therefore, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ. ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಅದೇ ಹೇಳೋದು. The way you look at in every individual, we must recognize good qualities. Even if he has bad qualities, try to advise him politely to change them, to transform them. That is possible. That is why good advice goes a long way in the transformation of the individual. That is called compassion. Compassion is very, very important. Some may be not very intelligent or very cute, but don't underestimate them. Don't criticize them. Don't berate them. Try to encourage them. Then 7th one, composure. You must be a man of patience. Composure is very important. Swami Vivekananda, you all know, was a great religious teacher, communicator, and he said, one who conquers others is great, but one who conquers himself is the mightiest. See, one who conquers others is great, But one who conquers himself is the mightiest. Self-restraint is very important. Self-restraint. Overcome emotion. Overcome anger. Control yourself. That is very great. Sama, Dana, Veda, Danda. This is our philosophy. Chanakya. Sama, Dana, Veda, Danda should be used last. Punishment should be the last one. That is what Modi government is following today towards Pakistan. We waited. But today we are using the Danda to control the evil ideology of terrorism. Then citizenship. That is very important. Proud to be an Indian. Wherever you go, you say, I am an Indian. Wherever you go, whether you go to America, even if you become the citizen of America, you say, I am from India. Kamala Harris, her forefathers were from India. Usha Vance, the wife of the Vice President of America, her forefathers were from India. Indian. Sunak, Rishi Sunak, who was the Prime Minister of England for some time, his forefathers were from India. Narayana Murthy son-in-law. Proud Indians. That is very important. Motherland, whether your country is developed or not, rich or poor, but you must always say, I am the proud citizen of my country. That is the greatness of citizenship. Because these 8 qualities are to be nurtured by the students, by the lecturers, and therefore they are called as the transformers. Therefore, remember, a teacher is a transformer. When you go back, remember, you transform your students. Transform the stupid into intelligent. If there is any bad student, into good student. Don't create the difference between the urban student and the rich student. Don't create the difference between the rich man and the poor man. We are all Indians. You are the teachers. That is why a teacher is a sovereign authority inside the classroom. That is very important. Number 2, a teacher is an educator. Teaching means nurturing. Teaching means nurturing. Education is the manifestation of perfection already in man. Already in man. Educe. The duty of the teacher is to educe, to draw out and that is the role of the teacher. Therefore, the essence of teaching is not in the mere transformation of knowledge alone, but in the ability to help each other student's personality driven by the idea called need to know. That is very important. Pedagogy is very important in this aspect. Pedagogy means art of teaching as well as science of teaching. It all depends upon the subject. That is very important. And therefore, pedagogy has been undergoing many changes in the wake of e-learning. E-learning means electronic learning, ICT learning, and also virtual learning system. Virtual learning means smart classroom is called as virtual classroom. With internet, with video, and by all facilities. You can sit in your classroom, you can listen to some expert lectures from other countries. So many facilities, they are available. In fact, technology-driven teaching, learning process must be understood and followed in order to become a good educator. There is a move to integrate personalized adaptive learning into what we call Diksha. Diksha means digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing patriotism platform. Knowledge sharing platform. That is called a Diksha. So the UGC is encouraging, the central government is encouraging. It provides e-content via online portal and mobile application. And therefore, NEP of 2020 has recommended the establishment of National Technology Forum. National Technology Forum to develop digital education resources. That is required today for the role of the teachers as an educator. Teachers must be compassionate and reflective persons with management qualities and skills. Reflective. See, when you teach a classroom, go back to your home, reflect. How I taught. What was the outcome? What was the reception from the learners? You must have a reflective attitude. That's very important. You cannot say if somebody says your teaching was very good, don't become emotional, very happy. But try to reflect where you erred, where corrections could have been made, how to change it next time. That is why reflection is very, very important. In the opinion of Dr. Radhakrishnan, students must be freed from prejudices and fanaticism. While you are educating the students, you must free them from prejudices and fanaticism, narrow outlook. According to Henry Simon, who was a teacher in England, he made 3 recommendations to become a very good educator. One, organization of teaching material systematically. That is very important. Organization of teaching material. Now, when I was teaching in the classroom, I used to make notes. Lot of notes were there. Every day, for every class. Every year, new papers were changed. But we were not scared. We were able to make notes. We were able to teach new papers, new changes. That made us to develop comprehensive knowledge about the discipline. Otherwise, if you adhere to only one area, then you will not become a good scholar in the subject or in the discipline. Therefore, before you go to the classroom, prepare the synoptic note systematically. Analyze them, explain that note in the classroom. Secondly, he says, which is repeating, excellent communication skill. That is very important. When you listen to a very good speech, you will be inspired. You will never forget. Therefore, excellent communication skill with a very good voice. Then thirdly, friendly treatment of learners. That is very important. Friendly treatment of learners, respecting the pupils. And lastly, he says, audience sense. Don't forget this. What do you mean by audience sense? Whether they are first year students, or second year students, or third semester students, whether they are from urban areas, whether they are from rural areas, whether it is a co-education, whether it is the classroom contains students from all regions of the state, you must understand that audience sense. Who are there? Suppose you use the very good language, strong words in the classroom, students from rural areas may not be able to understand. How to make them to understand? Use a simple language, simple jargons, go slowly, try to teach them in their own language. NEP of 2020 emphasizes local languages. Communication can be done through your local languages because India is a multilingual country. We have got several languages. Out of the 22 languages are recognized in the constitution. And therefore, whether you can use English or local language, Kannada or any other language, that would go a long way. And that is why audience sense is very important. If it is a very brilliant class, senior class, 4th semester students, then you can use beautiful language, strong words, strong doctrine, and even jargons. And therefore, audience sense is very, very important. Don't forget that. That is why when the admission is over, we try to identify slow learners and advanced learners. Advanced learner means intelligent students. And we try to give weightage or extra teaching method or orientation program or induction program to the slow learners so that they can compete with the advanced learner later. Remedial classes are being conducted and they are being encouraged by the UGC. Therefore, don't forget this, conducting the remedial classes and advanced classes for slow learners. In that sense, friends, a teacher should try to prove himself that he is a very good educator. According to several scholars, as an educator, a teacher should encourage 4 Ds. 4 Ds. What are the? Number 1, discussion in the classroom. Allow them to discuss. Don't become monologue. Teaching should become dialogue. There should be interaction between the learners and the teachers. Number 2, discovery is very important. You discover new ideas. Yes, after discussion, what discovery is there? what idea come out or emerged. Number 3, development. How this new idea will contribute for development, either for individual development or for social development. Then fourthly, dissemination. Dissemination means spreading the knowledge. That is very important. Spreading the knowledge to society. For example, they have used the word Diksha. And I have explained. Now, how Diksha is being helpful? You disseminate the knowledge. For example, ICT. How ICT is very important. Virtual classroom. How it is very important. How to digitalize teaching material. So all these will be disseminated or spread towards the knowledge. And therefore, teacher-dominated system must be replaced by learner-dominated system. Then only a teacher will become a very good educator. This is the second role of a teacher, either in the college or in the university or in any other place. Then, third one, a teacher is an advisor. Yes, friend, philosopher, and advisor. Advice can be given on academic matters, non-academic matters, personality development, higher goals in life, to become great audience, achievers, and social service. It's very important. You can, because you know how to discover the potentiality among the teachers. An intellectual slum, according to Radhakrishnan, should not be created, because an intellectual slum is more dangerous than physical slum. That's very important. If you create a bad student, if you advise him badly, he will become more dangerous. He will become terrorist. That should not happen. That is why Dellar Commission also said a bad education is a national risk. It is a national risk. According to me, it is also individual risk. If you are educated very badly, what is the use? You will become a threat to society. You will threaten the very morality of the society, foundation of society. A teacher, therefore, must be a very good guide. He is the torchbearer of his students on all issues. If you become an administrator or a politician, even today, some teachers, some political leaders, they quote the example of their teachers, how they helped them, how they guided them, how they become good leaders later. Therefore, the institute, for example, you remember S.M. Krishna, who was the Chief Minister of Karnataka and who later on became the Governor of Maharashtra and the Central Minister. He was a product of Ramakrishna Ashrama in Mysore. His personality was shaped in that room. And therefore, as a leader, he never exhibited any anger in the public domain. He was very sober, very kind, very cultured, and very accommodating. That is the quality of a teacher, because the advice he got. And you know that in those days, he was a Fulbright scholar in America. You know the meaning of Fulbright scholarship? It was instituted by the American government, federal government. It is called Fulbright because a senator by name Fulbrighter had initiated this. He was from Arkansas State in 1946, before our independence. And after we got independence, his request was accepted by the American federal government. They instituted for academic program between India and America. And therefore, in his name, it is called as Fulbright Fellowship. I also got it in 1982. And I went there for 1 year during 82-83 in the University of Notre Dame. That is why it is called Fulbright Fellowship. And S.M. Krishna's Fulbright Fellowship was during 1959. He got it from Washington University. So he was such a great person, a sophisticated person, a man who was advised by his good teachers. That is very important. That is why man is the product of his environment. Man is the product of his environment. A good person is one who is advised by his good parents and also good teachers. In that sense, on socially responsible activities and on various other activities, it is you who can change the society, who can transform the individual, who can play a great role as an advisor. That is very, very important. Don't think that completing the syllabus alone is your responsibility. Advising the students on various issues is also very, very important. On national service, on NSS, NCC, socially responsible services, try to make him social reformer, because a society is depending upon not only the government for development, but also for individuals. Individuals are also very important. Public-private partnership will go a long way in the development of the nation. That is very important. Number 4, a teacher is a creator. Sir John Adams said, a teacher is the creator of human beings. A teacher is the creator of human beings. H.G. Wells, a great historian, observed, a teacher is the creator of history. He is the creator of history. In the opinion of Zakir Hussain, who was our President of India, a teacher is the architect of students' life. A teacher is the architect of students' life. Look at their experiences. And Gandhiji observed, by education I mean an all-round development of best among the learners. Teachers are the makers of the age, he said. Teachers are the makers of the age. That is why Gandhiji underlined the importance of education and said, education is the light of life. Shikshana Jeevanada Bedaku anta helidaru Mahatma Gandhi. And Gandhiji was greatly educated. He was a barrister of law at England. And after that, he went to South Africa to fight against apartheid and to protect the humanism and also to protect the dignity of the individuals. And when he came back to India in 1915, he joined the Indian National Congress and transformed it into an organization. And under his leadership and stewardship, Indian National Congress fought for India's independence. And we got it in August 1947. He became very simple human being. And he always preached honesty, dignity, simplicity among the individuals. And therefore, he knew that teacher's role was very great. And therefore, a teacher is considered to be a creator of new generations, the creators of the new ages. Don't forget this. So even under the NEP of 2020, this aspect is being emphasized. Then 5th one, a teacher is an harmonizer. It is the duty of the teachers to treat all students equally and friendly. According to Dallas Commission, education is one of the principal means which is important. And therefore, it is this, education that makes us to develop what we call social harmony in the society. In order to achieve social harmony, friends, there are 4 recommendations made by one writer called Ramesh Verma in 2002, 20 years ago. And they are relevant even today. Number 1, socially responsible teachers. That is very important. Educationally and socially responsible teachers. You have a social obligation. Obligation is gotalla, responsibility. Every man has 4 obligations. Number 1, obligation towards the society, obligation towards the parents, obligation towards the teachers, obligation towards the God. If you don't believe in God, forget it. But obligation towards the society is very important. It is called social obligation. When a man is born as a social animal, he must contribute something for the development of that society. He must have a social service. He may be selfish, but at the same time, he must also exhibit social service, a sense of social service. And therefore, teachers, while teaching the students, advising the students, must always keep it in mind the social development, the national development, society's goal, how to make India great. Americans always say, we want to make America great. We want to make America great. Well, we must also say, let us make India great. The new education policy of 2020 wants to transform India into Vishwaguru. Not only in the form of knowledge, but also in the form of other things. Vishwaguru. We are capable of emerging. Indians are second to none in the world. We are doing very well. Indians are very intelligent. But sometimes opportunities are not available. That is the problem. And therefore, brain drain will take place. They go abroad and they contribute something there. But in India, if opportunities are provided, naturally, they will also contribute and they can transform India into a mighty nation. Number two, teachers have high values and ethics, very important. Teachers have high values and ethics. You must be really a guru, that is very important. You must be respected in the society. For example, in Karnataka, great teachers are being recognized. For example, we respect Chanakya, we respect Kuvempu, we respect Radhakrishnan. That is very important. India is a land of great teachers. Even in ancient times, many Indian teachers went abroad, including China, and taught there. That is very, very important. Socrates was a great teacher. His student Plato was a great teacher. His student Aristotle was a great teacher. Remember that. They were very great. Aristotle was a teacher to Alexander the Great. And in that sense, teachers have high values and ethics. That kind of a thing should be developed. Accountable teachers for their academic works and non-academic works. The development of the institution is depending upon the teachers also. Please remember. Don't say that principal is responsible, vice chancellor is responsible, government. No, you are also very important. You must identify yourself with your institutions where you are serving. That is very important. Professional teachers with great skill, important. Professional teachers. You must be a professionalism. Skill is important. Writing skill, research culture, teaching skill, all these are to be developed. That is why NAC is there. National Assessment and Accreditation Council. Now, I have visited several colleges across the country. Nowadays, I am not going, but now they have changed the system. But earlier, I went to several colleges in Maharashtra, in Assam, in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala, and in Gujarat. And in many places, some were good, some were not very good. But in Maharashtra, in some colleges, near particularly Aurangabad, they have colleges where they have got MOU with foreign universities. That is very great. They get a lot of grants from other countries. And in Tamil Nadu also, many autonomous colleges are getting crores of rupees from BBC, from Ford Foundation, and from various sources. That we have to follow in Karnataka. Because teachers must be very professional, in developing the institution through various means. Therefore, a teacher should contribute for social solidarity, which is the foundation of fraternity, national integrity, and national unity. And then only we will be able to achieve what we call social harmony. And the sixth one, elucidated. A teacher should elucidate certain themes, theories, ideas, ideologies, concepts, jargons. Education is kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. From that point of view, it is your duty to give clarification to various jargons and the problems that created doubt. And the last one is, a teacher is a researcher. That is very important. Don't think that research is meant only for PG students. In many colleges, PG courses are being offered now. In Karnataka, they have become autonomous. In Mysore alone, many colleges have become autonomous. When I was the director of the Academic Staff College, 20 years ago, we conducted a seminar on autonomous colleges. Many teachers were not willing to go for autonomy. After conducting the seminar, we submitted the report to the government of Karnataka, and Karnataka government agreed. And ultimately, JSS College came forward, Law College came forward, then Uraja's College, affiliated college, university, they came forward. And today there are many colleges within the city of Mysore which have become autonomous. And they are doing very well. And Uti College of Mysore, JSS College, has been recognized as Center for Excellence. And they get a lot of funds, money, financial assistance from UGC and other funding agencies. And therefore, friends, research is very, very important. That would go a long way. And India, we are lagging behind in the quantity and quality of research compared to many foreign countries. But nevertheless, some institutes, some universities are doing well, IITs, and Indian Institute of Science, they're all doing well. And therefore, research is the most important activity in the university and the college, and all NEPs, NEP of 1986, 1968, 2020 are emphasizing the research aspect. Under NEP of 2020, National Research Foundation has been established with the initial amount of 50,000 crores, and we are recommending this. And the NEP has made following recommendations for the research activities among the college teachers and the university teacher. Number one, enhancement of research culture with high quality of interdisciplinary approach. That is very important. Research culture. In addition to your teaching, you must think about research. Interdisciplinary sometimes. For example, say a sociology teacher can have interaction with the political science teacher or with economic teacher, because NEP of 2020 emphasizes interdisciplinary studies, multidisciplinary studies. No question of departmentalization or compartmentalization. Research in arts, humanities, science, social sciences are extremely important for the progress and enlightenment nature of our nation, according to NEP. Number two, research counseling may be followed to identify students' interests and talents regarding research. Research counseling. Therefore, conduct workshop on research activities. Invite the experts. College development councils should play a greater role in this respect. Inviting others, conducting the workshop for 1 or 2 days, how to get the research projects, how to prepare the research projects, major or minor, how to approach them, how to modify them. That will go a long way to educate them about the preparation of research activities. That would go a long way in order to improve the research culture. Now, what are the objectives of National Research Foundation? Funding competitive, peer-reviewed government proposals of all types across all disciplines. Idu one. Number two, provide facilitation research at academic institutions, particularly at university and colleges. Act as a liaison between researchers and relevant branches of government as well as of industries. Recognize outstanding research and progress. Recognize outstanding research and progress. And therefore, NRPF is governed independently of the government by rotating board of governors consisting of best researchers and innovators across the field. That is the most important thing that has been developed, under the NEP. And finally, friends, what is the observation of NEP about the teachers? NEP of 2020. 2020 NEP considers a teacher education as a public good. That is very important. It is public good. It is the foundation of a vibrant democracy. Therefore, the NEP of 2020 emphasizes motivated, underline this, motivated, energized, and capable faculty. These are three important things. Motivated, you must be motivated towards teaching and research. You must have energetic, and you must be capable faculty. That is very important. The motivation and empowerment of teachers are required to ensure the best possible future of our country. The most important factor in the success of higher education institution is the quality and the engagement of faculty. Is the quality and engagement of our faculty. It has made some recommendations regarding this. Number one, best infrastructure and facilities must be created with the latest educational technology for teaching, learning process. Best method. That is the duty of the institutions. Better infrastructural facilities. It used the word best infrastructure. Number two, teaching duties should not become very excessive. No question of overloading, teaching overloading. Adequate time is given in order to interact with the students, conducting research and other university activities and college activities. Therefore, teaching load should be less. There should be more time for the teachers to encourage the students for research and also to participate in the development of activities of the institution. That is very important. Extracurricular or institutional development activities. Number 3, faculty will be given freedom to design their own curricula, pedagogical approaches for the development of the institutions. Therefore, freedom is very important. In other words, NEP of 2020 emphasizes what we call autonomy to institutions. Giving autonomy is very important. Affiliation system has become outdated. No question of affiliating colleges. It should be slowly given up and autonomy should be confirmed, and therefore they can have their own curriculum and also pedagogical approaches. What kind of teaching method should be followed? The institution themselves will decide according to NEP. Then fourthly, it said, faculty may be encouraged through rewards. That is very important. Great faculty, reputed faculty must be given rewards, promotions, recognitions, institutional leadership. That is very important. So if there are good teachers, both in teaching and research, such people should be given awards, rewards, recognition by the institution because they are all incentives to encourage further development. Faculty accountability needs to be followed. That is very important. Faculty accountability. You are responsible for teaching activities and for developmental activities because teachers cannot escape from academic accountability, from academic responsibility. Fifth one, transparent process and criteria may be appointed or adopted for the appointment of teachers. What kind of teachers? Quality teachers are to be appointed. A tenure track is recommended. That means a probationary period shall be adopted to ensure excellence. Tenure track, either for 2 years or for 3 years, new teachers may be put under probation. And if they are very good, then the fast track promotion system may be adopted for recognizing higher impact, research and contribution. Therefore, teachers' accountability is more recognized. It will be enhanced. It will be increased. That clearly indicates your scholarship, leadership role, dynamism role will play a greater role. Then the sixth one, for the purpose of regular appointment, which they call confirmed appointment after probation, certain parameters are to be followed. So if you are very good, if you are confirmed, if you are suitable, then certain things will be followed for your future development. They are peer and student reviews. Your review will be, your performance will be reviewed by the students. Peers means citizens, public. Innovations in teaching. What innovations you have adopted? Pedagogy, your quality research, professional developmental activities, whether you are attending seminars inside the college, outside the college, whether you are going abroad, presenting the papers there, whether you are approaching or whether you are organizing colloquium, seminars, institutional seminar or national seminar or international seminar, and then other forms of service to the institution and to the community. What are your role for the institution? How many projects you got? That is very important. Suppose you get a project for 1 crore, that money will be utilized not only for your research activities, but also for the development of your institutions, your college. All these will be assessed by the government, by the institution. These parameters may be listed in what it called Institutional Development Plan. IDP it is called. So you must have institutional development. A lot of responsibilities are entrusted for the teachers under the NEP of 20. One need not be afraid. You are doing it, but you have to strengthen more. That is all. Seventh one, NEP recommends teacher education, which is vital to shape the future generations. That is very important. Teachers must be educated on Indian values, languages, ethos, traditions, and latest advances in education and pedagogy. That is why these institutions like Academic Staff College, now it is called as Deen Dayal Mission Teachers Training. Earlier it was called Academic Staff College. And after that it was called as UGC, Human Resource Development Center. Now these programs are to be conducted. They will be continued. Orientation program, induction program, refresher programs in the subjects, they will be continued. You can attend these programs not only in Mysore, but in other places also. You can go to Delhi, you can go to Maharashtra, you can go to Tamil Nadu, you can have your own exposure, a new experience. Because learning is an ever lifelong process. Don't forget that. You must have an open mind. You may have PhD, you may have research projects, you may be a very good teacher, you may be a reputed teacher, but in spite of that, there is something to learn. You must have an open mind. You can teach others also. You can interact with others also. When you attend the programs like this in other institutions, they will recognize your capability, your ability, and they may invite you as a resource person for later programs, for academic programs. That is why teachers' education is a continuous one. That has been emphasized by the NEP of 2020. Eighth one, all new PhD entrants will be required to take credit-based courses in teaching and writing during the doctoral training period. PhD students will have a minimum number of hours of actual teaching experience gathered through teaching assistantship. So that is very important. New PhD candidates must undergo training courses, learning process for a minimum period. Ninth one, in-service continuous professional development of college and new teacher will continue through existing arrangements. It will continue. No question of abolishing these programs. It will be there. 10th one, a national mission for mentoring shall be established for mentoring professional support to university college teachers. Teachers can take mentoring and leadership roles. That is very important. For that, a national mission for mentoring shall be established. It is yet to be established, but it will be established. Because a lot of time is there for the total implementation of NEP of 2020 in coordination with almost all the state governments. And there is also what we call National Educational Technology Forum will be created to provide platform for the exchange of ideas, for the use of technology to enhance learning, assessment, planning, administration, etc. on both school and higher education. Therefore, National Education Technology Forum, NETE, it will be established later. And for the implementation of this technology, these are the major recommendations of the NEP of 2020 regarding the role and responsibilities of the university and college teachers in the 21st century. One need not be worried. One need not be afraid because of these recommendations. It will go a long way. You have got sufficient experience and you are capable of understanding, assimilating new things that are taking place. For that, you must have an open mind and you must have an aptitude. You must have an enthusiasm to learn more and more. Therefore, friends, the role of the teachers in the implementation of 2020 NEP will play a greater role, and thereby you can ensure the quality education and the quality research in the domain of higher education. With this, I would stop here. If there are questions,